Hi, I'm Asian Yeezy. Hi, I'm Alexi Pukanikan, and we're balling today, tomorrow, and most likely yesterday. At what cost? We're back. We're back. It's vacation mode. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I've been on vacay mode. Oh my god, I've been relaxing too hard. Maybe I don't know. Most likely been balling too hard. But nah, man, it's also because sports has been all around us and with us, and it's been treating us well. But I just want more and more. I want more. I need more. I demand more. I just want more. And so far, you know what? It doesn't look like it's gonna stop. So, what's been getting me on this fucking strive and hunger for more? Well, it's because we've been getting some, but it's like a little bit shy of something too. It's like we're not all the you're edging me. The sports world is edging me right now in the end of June. So, okay, let's get into this. The ultimate show goes on. Okay, the ultimate fighting show, the ultimate fighting sport, ultimate fighting championships, they continue going. Okay, some athletes might get hurt. Some athletes find another reason. I don't know. Anyways, but it was a little bit of that going into Saudi Arabia last weekend, and but we still took it as it is. Especially me. I'm an EU UFC fan, which means when UFC is actually on during a reasonable hour, I will definitely be tuning in, okay? Because it's a rare, it's a special, it's a, what is that? It's a commodity, it's a specialty, it's like caviar, dude. How many times a year are you gonna have caviar? Right, me personally, only like once a month or something. No, I'm kidding. But all right, so there was 11 bouts that night. 5 finishes, 0 bitches, and just vibes in the kingdom. That's always a little bit of a different thing when you're in Saudi Arabia, when you're in Abu Dhabi. But it's very interesting. 11 bouts, no early prelim, just prelims and main card. So let's get into it. First fight stoppage we witnessed was a statement victory. It was one of those, I'm here and I'm here to stay type of vibes. Felipe Lima, he made his UFC debut on short notice in a weight class above. And guess what? He just showed like he first of all, he was out there performing like, you motherfuckers goddamn owe me a paycheck. You owe me a fucking paycheck type. He went in there with that kind of vibes. I swear, like it was he took one look at the competition in UFC, was like, nah, like I need to be here. You need to pay me, not these guys. And he just took aggressive risks. I mean, he was putting himself. You need to put yourself out there. Put himself out there during the whole bout until the third round. They were striking. Most of the first round, most of the second round, a little bit of clinch, but mostly just exchanging strikes. Third round comes along, a little bit of a clinch grapple situation. Felipe Lima gets that forearm under the neck of Naimov, and 1, 2, 3. What do you know? Hook is in as well. Rear naked choke. Tap, tap, tap. And that's a dub for Felipe Lima on short notice in a weight class above. He has fought in flyweight, but that fight was in featherweight. Craziness. And no, just fucking There's tons of Brazilian fighters in the UFC. Quite a lot of them make a fresh debut or something. Guess what? This guy I'm going to be really paying attention to from the get-go. But congratulations to Felipe Lima. Congratulations on the finish on Naimov, which is he's a bit of a controversial fighter, so it was kind of like, okay, karma is alive and kicking. Okay, so second finish we got, the finish that we got after that one, which was the first fight of the main card, Volkan Ozdemir. He killed Johnny. Ozdemir killed him, man. He killed Johnny, boy. Johnny Walker. Johnny wasn't walking. Johnny. Not Johnny, man. Look how they massacred my boy. Oh my god. No fucking way, dude. Volkan Ozdemir been out the UFC for a little over a year now. I think he was coming out of an injury. Always dangerous, always sharp. Johnny Walker. I mean, I personally think he's a legend of the sport, especially in the heavier weight classes in the UFC, but every time I close my eyes, I just see PTSD, just flashbacks. Jesus Christ, man. Fuck. Dude, he looked like he died. Oh my fucking god, he's dead. Oh my god. Hey, he's not dead, ladies and gentlemen. Just reporting back to you. Reporting live. They took a picture even together after the fight. I don't know, man. Johnny Walker's brain needs to be studied in every single way possible. There's so much like risk taking and creativity there, but the execution just it isn't there anymore. But he's still the most exciting. That was an exciting fight. Still, I don't give a damn. So, yeah, shout out to Johnny Walker, dude. I'll keep on rooting for you, buddy. I'll keep on rooting for you. All right. Next up, we got. I gotta drop this because he's a crazy fighter. I really like his style. I really do think he's gonna be a very big name in the UFC in the future. However, right now it's just it's in the beginning. You're just watering the seed type of thing. But Shara the Bullet Magomedov, which I personally think just the bullet belongs to Shevchenko. Just Shara Magomedov Shara is such a cool fucking first name, but he gets the third round TKO on Antonio Trogoli, which I pronounced it in fucking Italian, but the guy's Brazilian, so I'm racist. Anyways, but unfortunately, because of injuries and pre-fight hassles, Antonio Trogoli actually was supposed to fight, I think, Ozdemir. So they had to switch up the freaking thingies. Trogoli ended up fighting Shara Magomedov, so he came in at very short notice against this opponent, against Shara. And, Shara got the third round TKO. He got it done. And, there he's got a gas tank at least for three rounds. So he's proven that. It's not like he's coming in and he's still trying to get his like conditioning up all the way. Still offers quite a lot of danger. Tricoli was quite a big dude as well. Wasn't like necessarily like size advantage to Shara. So no, let's just. So this was Shara's second UFC fight. I really do hope by the time we get the third one, and the third one's booked, it stays that way throughout the whole training camp, throughout everything, and then we need to already throw him a bit of a challenge, because if you think about these bigger names, especially these bigger U.S. names that are just coming up, like Bo Nickel, throw him someone entertaining, and Bo Nickel's always trying to step it up a notch after each finish, so I think Shara can handle it too, man. He definitely looks like he can handle that. So congratulations to Shara. Great performance in the kingdom at the end of the day. And then we go to the main event of the evening. Yeah, Bobby Knuckles, right? He goes against a very intimidating Dagestani fighter. Okay, was it Khamzat Chimaev? Was it the person he was having a full training camp for? No, it wasn't. However, Iskram Aliskerov, he was the one that was in a slight disadvantage point. I don't think it, however, takes away from what happened. Because Iskram Aliskerov is such a high-level fighter that should be maybe ranked a little bit higher than he's at right now, even though he's only had 2 fights in the UFC. Very scary. Has had more impressive wins than Shara, right? And a little bit more aggressive. Just he kind of came out of nowhere. What can you do in the UFC? Bam, let me show you. Bam, let me show you. That was kind of Ikram's UFC career so far. So then he gets the call. What is it? A little over a week notice. He comes in, but if we're talking wrestling and we're talking strength, they were on par. Ikram had the reach advantage also. And so I personally thought Ikram was scary enough, dangerous enough, intimidating enough to be able to take it all the way to round 4, round 5, like decision type of stuff, like if it becomes like a wrestling match. However, that was not the case. Bobby Knuckles puts on a first round masterclass against a very intimidating, skillful Dagestani fighter. And it is an absolute classic show of there's levels to this game. Levels to this game. First round makes the fastest read on Ikram, like just the fastest fight IQ. Realized that when Ikram throws like he responds with a kick if he fainting a couple times, the kick gets up, but then the hands are down when the kick is, so then just read that, even got like a triple confirmation. Does he actually do that? Yeah, he does that. I'm not getting played by him. Feints, boom, right hand straight down the middle, lands flush, rocks Ikram, got him the chicken legs, dancing on the octagon. And then from there on it was looking like it was already done. Just get the finish, but it's the fact that how Bobby Knuckles got the finish. He first wanted to hit his, because he's the shit. He knows he's the shit. He's Bobby Knuckles, right? He's Robert Whittaker, right? He's the Reaper, right? the Reaper is gonna always go with the weapon of choice, which is the 1-2 and the head kick. His 1-2 head kick is so perfect that his one connected and already kind of rocked Ikram again. So Ikram like dropped down a little bit and he missed the head kick. It's okay. Ikram, Bobby Knuckles isn't worried. He isn't like, he's patient. Waits for Ikram to get up again, leaning against the cage, and then just whoop, bam. Fucking, I haven't seen an uppercut that beautiful since goddamn Francis Ngannou on Alistair Overeem, man. That's what I'm fucking talking about, mate. Fucking hell. Good shit, Bobby. Fucking hell. But anyways. Now, Robert Whittaker, ranked number 3, just got that big finish. I have this crazy stat, by the way. I have to pull this up. This is almost too crazy. I'm spending so much time on this Saudi Arabia, but I need to pull this up because this is the most insane statistic I think I've ever seen in the UFC. Last time Robert Whittaker fought an unranked opponent, none of these UFC champions were in the UFC. Israel Adesanya, Kamaru Usman, Alexander Volkanovski, Henry Cejudo, Islam Makhachev, Francis Ngannou, Rose Namajunas, Valentina Shevchenko, Davison Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno, Holly Holm, Cody Garbrandt, Alexa Grasso, Carla Esparza, Zhang Weili, Yuri Prohaska, Alexandra Pantoja, Dricus Duplessis hadn't made their MMA debut. Ilia Topuria, Sean O'Malley, Peter Yan, Alex Pereira, Jamahal Hill. Just to give y'all a picture, okay? Bobby Knuckles has been at the top level for that long, since 2014. And the fact that he's still 33 years old, which is like pretty much like prime-ish ages. Like he's... So what we do next, okay? Hunter knows this already. Hunter Campbell already knows this. But what we do next is Israel Adesanya is fighting Dricus Duplessis for the middleweight championship next. Okay, they're going against each other. What we do is we give Sean Strickland versus Robert Whittaker, give him a 5-rounder, and then the winner of that fights the winner of Israel Adesanya versus Dricus Duplessis. That's that. That's as simple as that. Middleweight championship / top 5 type of vibes. Done. Figured out. Boom. Bobby Knuckles. What a finish. Shout out to you, my man. Ballin. But yeah, anyways, that was that. But we want more. Like I said, I want more. Okay. We got UFC 303 build up. Okay. That's this weekend. Relax. No Conor McGregor. But violence still awaits. No problem. Violence still awaits. It's a bit of a shame. This was supposed to be McGregor back in the octagon, but broken pinky toe. Look, he throws a lot of kicks. And yes, Alex Pereira fought with a broken pinky toe against Jamahal Hill. If Jamahal Hill would have beaten Alex Pereira would have using that as an excuse 100%, or the fans would have, or the media would have, or whatever. So Conor McGregor is pretty much just trying to go in there with no excuse. I think it's like, even if he loses, he's just going to be like, yeah, he was a better man. Yeah, fine. I trained hard. I'm still here, you know. So just give McGregor the time. He's the Money McGregor, you know, like, he is the man of the UFC. So let's just calm down. He'll be back, I think, this year. If not, Chalk it up. Nah, anyways. If not, just let Michael Chandler fight somebody, please. But yeah, anyways, Conor McGregor not headlining this weekend, but let's still break it down of what we're going to get. So, main card gets kicked off with Ian Gary, who's ranked number 7 in the welterweight division, and he goes against Michael Venom Page. And Michael Venom Page here, what is this, his second fight in the UFC now? Third fight? Something like that. I think it's his second fight. Yeah, Kevin Holland first. Now it's, yeah. Welterweight bout. I have a feeling this is going to go split decision. I feel like this is a really weird matchup. In a way, the two characters, the two personalities, I want to see them face off. Ireland versus England. Yeah, that's always a great fucking plot. However, I don't know. I feel like it's just going to go a little bit back and forth. I think it's just like, in a way, it's too good of a matchup, if that makes sense. Like, because I think both men got a lot to lose in this fight. If you're Michael Venom Page, you lose your second UFC fight or something, even though you're put in main card, people are going to be like, what the fuck are you even doing in the UFC? Like, you're old, you're not even supposed to be here. How are you going to compete against the top competition? And then for Ian Gary, it's like, bro, you're doing a lot of social media stuff. You're doing all this, like, you're putting yourself out there publicly. But you can't even beat, like, this guy coming out of UK. Like, his prime was in Bellator, but now he's, like, or, like, kind of that kind of vibe. So the fact that they have both quite a lot to lose, the fact that Michael Venom Page has a 4.5-inch reach advantage over Ian Gary is kind of crazy. And then you add in Michael's very weird movement and very weird style. And I think both of them are going to have trouble connecting with, like, the kill switch type of thing. I really do think so. I think Michael's going to be moving too much, too weird, right? And then Ian Gary, like, he's going to be defensively pretty sound that Michael can't even get through with anything. So my call right now, if I just want to be realistic, if I'm putting money on this, split decision win for Ian Gary. I think that's how it's going to play out. I don't see another world. I don't know. Maybe Michael Venom Page gets knocked out in a weird way, kind of like TKO, controversial TKO or something. But I don't know, man. It's just a weird matchup. But either way, I'm going to be tuning in because both are big personalities. Great characters, in my opinion. And Ireland versus England. And, one's got a very kind of like crisp, violent striking style, and then the other guy is just like super weird, fucking moving around and all that stuff. So, very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, co-main event. Look, listen, 303. Look, listen, guys. Let me tell you something about UFC 303, man. Like, in a way, it's already chalked. Like, it's already, like, dude, like, it's not what it was. So it's just like, but that's the thing. We gotta give UFC the respect that they're still gonna put up this event. They when it's a McGregor fucking event, they're expecting to make the biggest bank, within that quarter of that year. You know what I'm saying? But he left. A lot of other stuff started tumbling down too. You got to respect them for still staying persistent, still getting us fighters so that they can keep us entertained this weekend. So with that being said, the co-main event, Short notice once again. However, very, very interesting matchup. This matchup excites me way, way more, stylistically at least. Brian Ortega, ranked number 3 in the featherweight division, goes against Diego Lopez, ranked number 4 in the featherweight division. Featherweight bout for the gentleman. And man, this is gonna be, hey, bro, I really recommend Snoop Dogg is in attendance, because this is about to be 3 rounds of rolling, man. Maybe someone might get smoked out or some shit. But yeah, they're gonna be rolling, man. It's gonna be at the highest level. And for both gentlemen, dream, believe, make it happen. I do really think this is going to be one of the highest level jiu-jitsu matchups that we've had in the UFC in a very long time. So, which is really hilarious, because why do I feel like these guys are still going to be striking? Like, why do I feel like someone's getting knocked out? Anyways, that might just be a weird hunch that I'm getting right now. But yeah, that's our co-main event. So, going into the main event of the evening, who could possibly replace McGregor, man? Conor McGregor, biggest name in the UFC. Who can replace that? Well, say less. It's this guy who is this man. Few words. Huh? Jama. Boston! Alex Pereira, the light heavyweight champion, goes against Jiri Prochazka, ranked number 1 light heavyweight contender. This is the rematch. This is the second fight, second time that they are going against each other in the octagon. The rematch after a little over a half a year. They fought against each other in November of last year. Now the rematch in June, so 7 months. Last time, how it played out, Alex Pereira knocked Jiri Prochazka down. Jiri was grabbing a hold of a single leg. However, Alex Pereira was just kind of bashing away. Referee pulled Jiri Prochazka off, deemed that he was already out. TKO, technical knockout. Controversial, a little bit of a buzz of controversy when it happened. Now, however, now that we look back at it, let it simmer. Jiri has said what he said as well. It was a fair win for Alex Pereira. However, there is a little bit of that. I don't think this was a rematch pulled out of the ass. I really don't think so. Jiri has, if anyone in the light heavyweight division can combat the power that Alex Pereira possesses, it's Jiri Prochazka, man. And if anyone can withstand like the physical pressure that Alex Pereira puts you in, it's Jiri Prochazka, man. Because Israel Adesanya did it in the rematch after taking a deep breath and just going back in the lab and studying and come up with a good game plan. Now, I think this short notice helps Jiri more than it helps Alex Pereira. I really do think so. Because Jiri as well just finished a fucking dangerous fucking fighter in Rakic, right? I think Jiri got more confidence finishing Rakic than Alex Pereira did with finishing Jamal Hill. That's what I have to say. This fight is definitely going to be closer than the first matchup. I can already say that without a doubt. Yes, okay, if it's short notice, most likely they haven't had a full fight camp to try to kill each other, right? There's less prep. I think the fact that it's short notice and it's like, it's like all eyes on you. You're replacing Conor McGregor. Let's see what you guys got. There's a little bit more of that, a little bit more to lose. So I actually think the gentlemen are gonna go. It's gonna last longer than the last fight. And if anything, I see a decision. And I see the decision going to Yuri. I really do. I think maybe like a fucking submission for Yuri if Yuri gets a finish. But I don't know, man. Of course, I'm not doubting Poatan. I'm not doubting Chama. I'm not doubting, I'm not doubting any of that. But it's just, it's the rematch, guys. I don't know. I think this rematch thing might be like a bit of a curse for Alex Pereira. I don't know. I'm not on some voodoo shit right here, but Yuri Prochazka, man. The calf kicks, if he has some kind of strategy against the calf kicks, I don't see a reason why Yuri doesn't pose as big of a threat as Alex Pereira does. The only thing is the calf kicks. If Yuri would have noticed that it was a bigger problem earlier last fight, he would have put the pressure on more in a different way much earlier, so that maybe he wouldn't have been like damaged at the end of the day. So boom, boom, boom. I'm super excited. That's going to be this Saturday night in Las Vegas. I'm going to be tuning in. I'm going to be in the forest, but I'm going to still be watching, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So what did we just talk about? Like over 30 minutes about the UFC. NBA has finally wrapped up the season, the postseason, and Boston Celtics, man. Congratulations to the Boston Celtics. I was rooting for Luka Doncic. I was rooting for the Dallas Mavs. I really thought that was it. I even wrote it down on my Pukinikin picks, but yeah, truthfully, shout out to Boston. I got my uncle's family living there. My grandma's living there in Boston. So shout out to Boston. I really love Boston at the end of the day. And they are the dominant sports town or sports city in the U.S. So back to their winning ways. And congrats to Joe Mazzulla. What? Joe Mazzulla. He's a one of a kind. I really do think he has the possible potential to become one of the most legendary modern day head coaches. I really do. Like, I could see him becoming like the next, Popovich. Was that his name? Fuck. Yeah, that was the Spurs coach, right? Yeah, for sure. Anyways, let me just write this down right here, just so we get some kind of idea of what's going down. Venom split decision. Was that what I said? Michael. Yeah, I'm gonna write that. Venom Page win by split decision. And then what else? I'm not going to say anything for Brian Ortega, Diogo Lopez. Both very handsome men in their own ways. So, may the handsomest of the evening win, you know what I'm saying? But I will say this, man. Yuri becomes light heavyweight championship. Look, and it's nothing against Poatan. Guys, if you really look at it this way, Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira, they're never going to have the trilogy in the UFC. And if they do, it's going to be such a long time that it barely really makes sense. If anything, if Alex Pereira has a proper trilogy in the UFC, it's with Jiří Procházka. Everybody loves that. The video of them just two calmly staring at each other, not making a move, that's real gangster shit. Like, that's just real. That's as real as it gets. I don't know what to tell you. And so I'm just saying, Jiří gets this one, and then we get the beautiful trilogy of, big guys that we've been asking for. And we then see what ultimately happens. But right now, I'm calling it in. Jiří Procházka gets the dub. And you know what? I'll put this to Joe Mazzulla. Modern GOACH. For sure. I can see it coming. Anyways. Hey, mohe. Oh, God bless the day. Anyways. Triple head in the F1. We got the first head. Shing. Two more heads there. Shing, shing. Two more heads to go. So the Spanish GP just happened, right? Real exciting GP. Okay, yeah, it was not that bad. No, not at all. Definitely spicy. Definitely getting there. We're seeing how the rest of this plays out. Lando Norris pole on Saturday, beat Max Verstappen. Okay, all right, say less, my brother. Sunday, however, lights out and away we go. Lando Norris had a bit of an iffy start. Max Verstappen got a good start. George Russell got a great start as well. Lando Norris lost a few positions. And I think that did pretty much enough for Max Verstappen to win on that day. However, Lando Norris behind Max Verstappen by 2.2 seconds now. So imagine if Lando Norris would have been leading after the race start. I think that 2.2 second gap would not have been there. Or it would have been there, but the other way around. So it's getting real nice and spicy. Lewis Hamilton back on the podium. Oh, shit. Back on 198 podiums. Two more. I think he's going to get the 200 by the end of this season. And look, listen, if you're Mercedes, if he can do that for you, that's already good. You can be the constructor that pretty much gave Lewis Hamilton all his podiums, right? Because even when he was at McLaren, it was McLaren Mercedes, bam, he's achieved 200 podiums, and then you're just praying like, oh, you fucker, you ain't kidding, as a single one past 200 in Ferrari, you son of a bitch. So yeah, anyways, but let's look at the driver's standings, man. After round 10, so Spanish GP was round 10, Norris is now in P2 in the driver's standings, 2 points ahead of Leclerc, Charles Leclerc. And now Carlos Sainz has moved up to P4, and he's 4 points ahead of Checo. So there is there is shifts now going, and I think after this triple header, I think it's the summer holiday for the F1 calendar, so they're going to be out for a little bit. They're out for like 3 weeks in total or some shit like that. Either Lando and Sainz, they can pull away, get closer, or we're going to be battling out through Austrian GP and through Silverstone. And now I think a much more intense battle that is very interesting is between P6, P7, P8 of the driver's standings. And I think it's almost more intense because it almost has a little bit more like insinuation with like contracts and confidence and all that. And P6, P7, P8 right now, as it stands, is Piastri's in P6, Russell's in P7, and Hamilton's P8. Hamilton is obviously improving, and the Mercedes is too. Piastri has been struggling. He's trying to get on the same form as Norris. Russell, still the number one driver of Mercedes, the future of Mercedes. It's all just very intense there, okay? It's definitely no relax. Hey, I'm just going to be chilling here. You worry about yourself type. No, it's definitely any little bit of advantage I can gain compared to all these guys. It's good stuff. So I'm going to say, actually, that Norris keeps his P2 after... Yeah, I think Norris actually, dude, I don't know, dude. I think Norris has to win one of these triple heads, man. I think he wins this Austria. But give me the sprint weekend that is in Austria. Let's get into this. I mean, that's where Lando Norris got his first podium. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Norris got his first podium in Austria. Yeah. Okay. It's GG's. Yeah, I think it's GG's. I think Lando wins. Dude. Oh my God. No. I had the genius vision. Oh my goodness. I had the genius vision. Okay. Now here it is. Lando, and I know I'm going a little bit ahead of myself, but Lando, Norris wins Austria, and not the sprint race, as in the Sunday race. Sprint, I don't know anything about the sprint. You do whatever you want during the sprint. And that I say Hamilton wins Silverstone. I'm not even bullshitting. I think I just got this vision. I think so much is going to... Look, because the thing with Max Verstappen is, like I've said, he's out there by himself, dude. So either in Austria, Norris is doing really well and Piastri's kind of on par with him, and they can both help each other to kind of get a dub for Norris, and then Max Verstappen somewhere in there in between with Mercs and Ferraris as well. And then Hamilton. Look, I know I'm kind of like I completely ignored the Ferraris right now, but I think the Ferraris, they're just in their own little shit show right now. Honestly, I don't really like what's going on in Ferrari right now. Like right now, going into round 11 of the F1 2024 season, I don't like what's going on in Ferrari right now because it feels like there's like they put themselves in a position where the team goals is not even a thing. Like, it's really not a thing. Merc and McLaren, they're still trying to, like, okay, Constructors Championships, how can we take it up a notch? Merc really needs to prove that they're up there with the top three. McLaren needs to prove that now we're up there with Red Bull. And then Red Bull's just doing their own thing, with Checo's struggles and Max Verstappen still being the GOAT. But with Ferrari, I mean, it's just they're so fucking equal on skill and ability. Leclerc has fucking, he just has that qualifying strength and consistency. But then Sainz has that just raw speed and pace usually on Sundays as well, and a lot more grit. So I mean, Jesus, it's just not, it doesn't look good right now. And either way, I'm going to sound like an asshole because I'm rooting for Sainz. I think Sainz is the one without a job. He's the one that wants the best possible job offering as soon as possible, while Leclerc thinks he deserves to be the shit because he is the shit, I guess, of Ferrari. So it's just all very complicated. So I'm let's just ignore Ferrari. Like, I honestly think Ferrari right now, they're in a bit of a mess because I think their number one issue is trying to figure out, like, manage the drivers better instead of just improving the car. I think McLaren are going into every weekend going like, look, listen, if we do this right, one of you guys could get the win. We don't give a fuck who it is. Just get the fucking win. Of course, Lando Norris been in the McLaren car for way longer, so he just usually outperforms Oscar Piastri, but I don't think they're going in like, okay, Oscar, let's do everything so that Lando Norris can win. Like, it doesn't go like that. I think they're like, hey, listen, we're just going to give you the cars, the best possible cars for the weekend, get the dub, and then we'll move on. Same thing with Mercedes. I think they've made such a big improvement right now, and they're only going to go upwards, where yes, Russell and Lewis Hamilton as well having a little bit of friction, but it's very clear at the end of the day who on the day, like Saturday, Sunday, you kind of get a picture of who's a little bit better, and then it's kind of just up to their individual performances. Yeah. Either way, it's a fucking exciting season now. I'm paying full attention. And, still shout out to Max Verstappen and the Red Bull. I mean, it's just incredible that even on a race weekend like Barcelona, where he doesn't get the pole and he's struggling with the car and he really needs to fight for it, he still gets the job done. So, of course, this is just my little hunch. It could very well be Verstappen. And that's that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen. Holiday mode is still going on. It's balling at what cost? I'm Alexi Pukanikin, and I'll see you boys next week. I'll see you ladies next week as well. See ya.